Okay, it's time for another quick meal. I'm making udon miso soup today. I'm going to be starting with my marinated tofu. I use this in place of pork a lot. I do still consume pork, but I am trying to phase it out. So you could use chicken or tuna or whatever protein you want. I'm going to start by just breaking this up so that it looks more like a ground meat. And then I'm going to be adding in half a teaspoon of wakame. It will expand. Normally I add a teaspoon, but I am going to be adding more seaweed later. I'm going to put in just a little bit of coriander, and I'm going to be putting in a lot of ginger because I like the spice and I know that it's good for my digestion. And then I'm going to be putting in a little bit of black pepper because I like black pepper. So once I've got all of my spices in line, I'm going to get ready for the sauce that's going to make this a soup. I'm going to start with a teaspoon of coconut aminos, and then I'm going to do a teaspoon of sesame oil, and then I'm going to be doing a teaspoon of red miso. I use a lot of white miso, but I also consume red miso, and I'm going to be adding that to the side because it's going to go in at the end of the cooking process. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing it up to try to thin it out because I want to keep this ferment alive, so it's going to be added in at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and add my pre-cooked udon noodles. They need to be softened, so I am pouring in boiling water from the kettle, and it's going to sit in that boiling water for about 3 minutes before I come back to check on it and break it up. And I'm just gonna make sure that once I feel like the noodles are ready and the heat has come down, it's not gone, but it's come down enough not to kill the ferment, then I will add the miso mixture. I'm actually going to add it through a sieve because even though I've been blending it, it can still be quite lumpy, and I don't want it to be lumpy in the soup. So adding it at this point keeps the ferment alive, and it'll just help kind of smooth it out. So once I've added in my miso, coconut amino, and sesame mixture, this soup is pretty much ready to go, but I'm going to top it off with a garnish, which is furikake, and this will be the additional seaweed that I mentioned earlier, and also some sesame seeds to complement the sesame oil and wakame that I put in earlier. And this is a nice, hearty, rich soup. The udon is chewy. The tofu is the protein, and this is just something I really enjoy, and I think you should try it.